good.
So, how are you adjusting to Cumberland, this church?
Okay, well, when you say adjusting to the church, I think the church is probably doing more adjusting to me. I've learned so much since I've been here, coming here as a probationary elder. I wasn't even a full elder yet.
Yes, I remember.
So I was real green and I was learning, and so I was so thankful that there were so many that tried to help me and guide me, and people like yourself that kept me straight. And so, and I'm loving this experience. My wife and I, we love being here. Cumberland is now home. In fact, when my wife says, let's go home, she doesn't talk about life with it anymore. It's boring. So
That's good. Well, as you know, I grew up in this church. And I can remember walking to Cumberland in the summertime for Vacation Bible School. And at that time, Vacation Bible School was 2 weeks. And you would see a bunch of kids walking from East March to this church for Bible school, for Vacation Bible School. My grandmother taught us about this church when we were children because her family was a part of the inception of this church. So we knew the history of Cumberland growing up. And every Sunday, we were here in this church with my grandmother, my uncle who sang on the choir, my parents, and so many people who called this church home. That, and then next year, we celebrate 160 years of Wilson High School.
Yeah.
Because this church,
oh, you mean that's what I was
Wilson,
like,
it is, and I'm proud of that.
Absolutely. I had to tell somebody I was out somewhere, and I had to let them know that Wilson started at Cumberland.
Yes, it did. It did. Because those freed slaves wanted, and this is what I believe. I believe they wanted to be able to read about God themselves. And I think that having a school, they learned to read. And it wasn't just children who went to the school. There were adults who went too because they were just out of slavery. Yes, because Cumberland was founded in 1865.
2 years after Emancipation.
Right.
So yeah, all of that makes a lot of sense.
But I look at the beauty of this church. And the thing that strikes me most of all are these beautiful Tiffany glass windows. Where do you get money to purchase something like that? When you, but they did. And I see that Star David. Yeah. And I'm reminded that people really care about this church. I think this is a beautiful sanctuary. And people like to come here and get married, really.
Yeah, I know. I actually married a couple that I didn't even know. They were part of the church, but they loved just the aesthetics of the church, and so it's a beautiful place.
Yes. There are some of us, and remember walking down the aisle.
Okay, right here.
Yes. And also the christening of my son. You know, that was one of the most special times in my life. To have my child christened in the very church that I grew up in.
And when you were a little girl, where did you sit?
When we sat right there, or we sat over there.
See you right there. Did you have pigtails when you were growing up?
I did.
But I can see you right there.
And I was one of those little squirmy children who couldn't sit still very long.
I know something about that.
And you could see the look on your parents' face when you were squirming and not really paying attention. So I learned early to appreciate this church. And Reverend Quick, I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here. You know, one of the things about me is I'm a history buff, right? And I spent some time upstairs when I first got here. And I was reading about, I think it was a Kershaw.
Right.
I was reading so much, and I was just honored to know that I'm a part of this history. And it's just amazing because when we were in Charleston, I went past a street called Cumberland Street.
Right.
In Charleston, which I heard that those people from the railroad, came here. So much history, and just for me to be a little small part of that. It means a lot. I'm very proud to be the pastor of Cumberland. I love the history. I oftentimes wonder about those windows too, whether or not we got enough insurance to cover them, because they're actually, what I heard was priceless.
They are. They really are.
So we need to make sure. But yeah, it says I'm so glad to be a part of this milestone anniversary of Cumberland. Cumberland has been our home for almost 4 years now. One of the things I love about Cumberland, I'll never forget, when I came here, I just lost my mom. A month later, my wife was diagnosed with cancer. So when I came here, I was a shell of myself. I gave everything I had, but I didn't have a lot to give. But I tried my very, very hardest. And I remember when you had the first breast cancer awareness here, and I saw the number of people that were survivors, especially my wife saw that. I was like, God put us exactly where we needed to be, because she is a cancer survivor as well. I had some mamas that, mine was gone, but some other mothers, some other type figures that I really appreciated. So I just know God's timing is impeccable, and He had, He placed us here at the time when I really needed y'all, and I guess y'all needed me.
We did. I think that God sends the right people at the right time. I think there's a reason for that, because sometimes our church has to pivot and become what is necessary for that time. And I think that Cumberland is in a pivotal point. And I think that's why you're here, Reverend Quick. Because I think that we need to fill these pews again with people. And I think that
we're working
ministry.
We've got 3 new members in the last 6 weeks.
And that is great.
And they're all young, right?
Yes.
So they didn't have gray hair like me. So that's exciting. I just want you to say real quickly when we talk about love, you're over Cumberland Cares. Right? Yes. And that is a ministry that maybe not everybody knows about. Like, just share just a little bit.
I will, because
before this event, you've been an educator.
I love what I do. I remember when the inception of Cumberland Cares. I was telling we were at the mission, I call it the mission, our building on Kim Street. And I was telling them about the story of a mother who came to Wilson one day, and she asked our assistant principal if she had some food to eat, because she knew her children didn't have enough food. And when I told them that story, I told them that I would like for us, our church, to provide food for children who didn't have enough food on the weekends. And so I told them what I would love for the name to be. And I gave several names, but they like Cumberland Cares, and that's what we became. So Margie Smith and I, we do this together. And on Thursdays we pack bags. My students don't know that I do this, because I don't think they need to know. I don't want them to ever come to my class, if they're in my class, and feel uncomfortable that I know something about them. I just love doing it. And even when I have to do it by myself, if Margie has something else to do, I do it because I love it. I really do. And I worry about what's going to happen when I decide to retire.
Well, that's not anytime soon, so you don't have to worry about that. Wilson loves you, and they need you, until you make that decision that you want to retire.
Well, I'm getting close to the end now. I'm getting close to the end. It's so nice.
This was great. Again, I'm so excited about Gayla. You've been working so hard. I worked so hard. Matter of fact, I told you, I just got my tux. I got it tucked up because I lost a few pounds or so. I didn't want to be baggy.
Well, you're looking pretty good there.
I appreciate it. So I'm excited about the gala.
And I am too. I am too. I really am. And I think it's going to be a wonderful evening.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Celebrating, y'all. We are
celebrating 160 years.
Excellent.